Hello, participants. Is the audio audible in the YouTube live? If not, mention in the chat box. Yes, now. Hello, everyone. I welcome you all to the webinar on the anchor organized by Rejolt Talks Tamilnadu Chapter. And I request all the participants to be patient till the session begins. Webinar will start within a couple of minutes. Before that, dear participants, let's have a short conversation on our today's topic, the anchor. When we say the word anchor, the visual that comes to our mind was ship. Frank Moore Colby said, "Cast your cares on God that anchor holds." According to my perspective, the first thing that comes to my mind when we say the word anchor was the movie Vadachennai, in which Dr. Amir said briefly about anchor. Okay, jokes apart, I request the participant to share your thoughts and opinion on the topic, the anchor, in the chat box. If you have any queries, you can ask at the last part of the session. Our speaker will answer your queries. Okay then, let's begin our session. Now I call upon Soumya to give a welcome note about the speaker of today's session, Pearlena Bharathkumar.
Failure is the stepping stone to success. Thomas Edison. Greetings to everyone. I am Soumya. On behalf of the Rejolt Talks Tamilnadu Chapter, I prehend immense delight in cordially welcoming you all to the webinar on the anchor. We take immense pleasure to welcome our speaker of today's session, Ms. Pearlena Bharathkumar. Pearlena obtained her bachelor's degree in BBA from Women's Christian College, then master's degree in management and business studies at Robert Gordon University. Ma'am has mastered in training, recruiting, and human resources, and also in industrial knowledge, tools, and interpersonal skills, etc. Ms. Pearlina has expertise in designing thinking, business analytics foundations, blockchain basics, AI foundations, neuroscience, teaching with technology and gamification of learning and so on, and contributed more activities and articles to society. She has accomplished in many fields and had awarded and honored in excellence in training and blogging by JPR institutions and effective communicator by Toastmasters Club. Ma'am had published in e-commerce and its uses to the airline industry in Scotland. We are amused to have you here, ma'am. On behalf of the Rejolt Talks Tamilnadu chapter, we welcome you, ma'am. I request the delegates to turn on their video so that we can have a quick snap of the event, which holds an incredible memento. Now, I request you to take over the session, ma'am.
Thank you, Soumya. Thank you, Tarun. Thank you, everybody, for inviting me. Am I audible? If yes, if you could just quickly send a message on the chat box saying yes, it's audible, please. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Priyadarshini. Thank you, everybody. Today's subject is the anchor. Now, is there anybody who does not understand Tamil? If there's anybody who does not understand Tamil, if you could just send a quick chat saying, ma'am, please only English. Anybody who does not understand Tamil, just type saying, ma'am, only English, so that I will have the speech only purely in English. Okay, so silence means that there are people who understand Tamil in this group. Okay, very good, very good. So thank you for introducing me, Soumya. Thank you so much for inviting me. Today's subject is the anchor, right? Now, whatever Soumya read about me, she said, okay, this madam studied here. This is her experience. This is the awards that she won. All this is not an anchor, okay? Now, many of us, especially as younger people that you are, you might think education is an anchor, your job is an anchor, your graduation is an anchor. And, all this is not an anchor in our life, okay? Now, I say this out of a lot of experience. நிறைய நேரத்துல நம்ம என்ன நினைக்கிறோம்னா நம்ம இந்த படிப்பை முடிச்சிட்டா நம்ம வாழ்க்கை செட்டில் ஆயிடும் ஓகேங்களா கல்யாணம் ஆகாதவங்க என்ன நினைக்கிறாங்கன்னா கல்யாணம் ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா என்னோட வாழ்க்கை செட்டில் ஆயிடும் கல்யாணம் ஆனவங்களுக்கு தான் தெரியும் தட் அதுதான் வாழ்க்கை இல்லைன்றது அவங்களுக்கு தெரியும் ஓகேங்களா சோ நம்மளுடைய நக்குரம் தட் இஸ் நம்மளுடைய ஆங்கர் வந்து நிறைய நேரத்துல வந்து நிறைய விஷயங்களை வந்து நிறைய காரியங்களில் நம்ம வந்து நினைச்சிட்டு இருக்கோம் இதுதான் நம்மளுடைய ஃபைனல் ஆங்கர் இன் லைஃப் ஓகே இப்போ இந்த கோவிட் சமயத்துல வந்து ஆல் ஆஃப் யூ ஆர் நாட் ஏபிள் டு கோ டு காலேஜ் we are not able to go to work so life has become very boring கரெக்ட்டுங்களா என்னுடைய வாழ்க்கை என்னடா அது நான் காலேஜ் லைஃப் என்ஜாய் பண்ணணும்னு நினைச்சேனே ஆனா என்னோட வாழ்க்கையே முழுசா போயிடுச்சே அப்படின்ற ஒரு ஃபீலிங்கும் இருக்கலாம் வேர் இஸ் மை ஆங்கர் ரைட்டுங்களா சோ பிஃபோர் ஐ ஸ்டார்ட் ஐ வில் டெல் யூ ஒன் குட்டி ஸ்டோரி நம்ம எல்லாருக்கும் கதைகள் ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும் அதுவும் யார் பத்தியாவது கதையா இருந்துச்சுன்னா இன்னும் நமக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும் கரெக்டுங்களா சோ உங்களுக்கு நான் ஒரு கதையை ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆரம்பிக்கிறேன் ஒரு கதையோட ஆரம்பிக்கிறேன் சோ ஒரு ராஜ் in English. Okay, okay. Got it, got it. So we will have it only in English. Okay. So many of us think that our anchor is our education. Our anchor is our family. Our anchor is our beautiful looks. Our anchor is money. Now, let me tell you out of sheer experience that all this is not your anchor at all. Okay. So once I think it was one of the guys who said, when you think of anchor, you think about the ship, correct? Gla? Now, each one of us are a ship sailing in the ocean. Okay. So imagine it is the Arabian Sea, it is the Bay of Bengal, it can be any ocean. Okay. Now, as younger people, you are thinking your anchor could be if I pass out from this graduation, that is my anchor. If I have a lovely family, that is my anchor. So today I'm going to tell you what is your real anchor. Okay. So before that, let me start with a story. There was a very rich king. He had a beautiful village. Okay. So please listen to me carefully, guys. I know online is so boring, but trust me, if you listen to me, you will enjoy the session. Okay. So this king had a lovely village, and that village was doing very well. Okay, very very well. That village was number one village in that entire country. Okay, so the king was very happy, but at the same time he was always very sad. So his ministers went up to him and said, "Hare King, what is your problem here? Everything is going well in the village. Why are you always sad? What is it that makes you always very sad?" So the king said, "You know what? Even I don't understand. The village is doing well. The people in the village are very happy, but I don't know why I am always very, very sad." So the minister said, "Okay, king, you relax. We know how to help you." So the king says, "How can you help me?" So the villagers say, "See, there is a mountain very near to the village. In that mountain, there is a very intellectual man in that mountain. If you climb that mountain and go meet that man, you will be able to understand why you are always sad." So the king says, "Okay, okay, fine, done deal. Let me go to the mountain." So you see, like how our prime minister or our chief minister, when they go out, what happens? All the police will come, the police personnel will come, full siren on the road, traffic is stopped. Poor Soumya, Priyadarshini, are going to college. They have to wait because minister is going on the way. Like that, the king, when he was leaving, all his ministers are left with him. But as they were coming close to the mountain, they noticed that the path was very, very narrow. And the king said, "You know what? The path is narrow, so you don't come with me. You stop coming with me." So a lot of people had to stop. Finally, the king was left on his own as he climbed the mountain. When he climbed the mountain, he noticed one old man sitting in a very broken house. He was sitting very solely sitting and doing his work. So the old man said, "Yeah, welcome, king. I am waiting for you only." And the king was like, "How do you know I'm coming?" The old man said, "I knew one of the days you will come to meet me." So the old man said, "You must be so tired. You have climbed such a big mountain." The king said, "Yeah, I'm very tired and I'm very hungry and I'm very thirsty." So the old man said, "No problem, king. You sit down. I will give you a glass of water." So he gave the glass to the king and said, "You hold the glass. I will pour the water." So the old man kept on pouring water. What happened? Eventually, the water was spilling out of the tumbler. So the king said, "Hey, stop, stop, stop. Nirtapa, nirte. Stop, please stop. How much of water is you are pouring? Everything is spilling." So the old man said, "Hare King, you have come to me like this glass of water. How have you come? Fully loaded. So whatever water I pour, what will happen? It will spill out." Now, my dear friends, today you might have come this Sunday morning thinking that I am an engineering student. I am very educated. I am the smartest fellow on the planet. Nobody is as intelligent as me. Prime Minister Modi, if only he listens to me, the country will do well. How smart I am. But let me tell you, when you have to learn something, you have to relearn, which means that you have to empty yourself. So this morning, I'm requesting you to put your education aside, put your experience aside, put your youthfulness aside, put your beautiful face aside, and just listen to me, because what I'm going to tell you is going to help you in your future. So what is an anchor? If you see, all the ships will have an anchor, correct? Now, what does the anchor do? They will place the anchor in the ocean, and what the anchor does is it will go dig into the sand to make the ship stand still. Okay. The anchor is usually made out of iron, it is made out of a metal because it has to be very, very strong. Now, I want to ask you this morning, what is your anchor in life? What is it that is holding you together? Now, everything around us is sad news. So many people died, so many people affected with COVID, so many people admitted in hospital. India is in lockdown, Tamil Nadu is in the lockdown, Karnataka under lockdown, Kerala under lockdown. So much of sad news around us, correct? Sometimes we might feel, why am I living in this world? Who am I? Who am I? What am I made out of? Now, you see, there are two choices you can never make in life. Okay, listen to me carefully. First choice is the your birth. Okay, you cannot choose that. You cannot say, I want to be born only to Mr. and Mrs. Ambani. No, 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 no. You don't have the choice. The second choice that you do not have is the consequences of your choices. Okay, for example, God has given us freedom in this world, right? We are all free. We can choose who we want to choose. We can go where we want to go. We can drink alcohol if we want to drink, with telling our parents, without telling our parents. Correct? No. But the consequences of that is not in our hands. Correct? So today, let me tell you, your anchor, please decide today. We need to decide together, all of us, what is our anchor in life? What is it that makes who we are? Now, let me give you my personal example. Okay, Saumi, I read a lot about where I come from, what I did. Now, once I finished my graduation in India, I wanted to go abroad and study. So I did my master's in the UK. Now, when I studied abroad, I had a lot of friends from different countries. I had friends from Pakistan, from China. I had friends from Japan. I had friends from Caribbean islands. I had friends from South America. I had friends from South Africa. There were people from different countries. And when I started talking to them, I realized that all of us are so different. We are all so different. Everybody is made so differently. Our culture is different, their culture is different. But one thing that I realized was very, very important is self-confidence. Okay. Now, today morning, I'm sure when the organizers organized this program and said, okay, Priya Darshini, you will do this. Soumya, you will do this. Tarun, you will do this. Balaji, you will do this. What would have happened is you would have been like, oh my God, I'm so frightened. Everybody are watching me. I'm not confident in English. How do I speak? I'm too frightened. What if somebody makes fun of me? Low self-esteem, correct? No? Now, let me tell you, low self-esteem will always make everything a failure in your life. Okay? Your anchor is not somebody else. Your anchor is not your education. Your anchor is not the college you have gone to. Your anchor is not the country you have been to. Your anchor is your confidence level. How confident are you this morning? Are you like that king having everything good happening in his life, but he had a very low self-esteem? His country was doing well, his city was doing well, but he was never happy. Now, let me ask all of you, you might have great parents, you might have great friends, you might be in a great college, you might be doing the right course in your life, but how confident are you inside you? How self-confident are you? Are you believing that there is a lot of things you can achieve in life, or do you believe that because my parents are very high in society, I can achieve in life? You know, I had a very good friend. I have a very good friend. He's a minister's son. Okay, he's from a very big background. Every time he will tell anybody who gives him trouble, you know what? My appa, no, he's a minister. Enga appa yaar theriyuma? You know who's my father? So he used to go about like this. So everybody used to be frightened of him. Hey, Minister Payampa, Minister's son, we should be frightened of him. We should not go near him. One day when I spoke to him, I asked him, who are you? And he said, I am a minister's son. I said, I never asked about your father. Who are you? And he kept quiet. And he said, I'm a minister's son. I said, no, no, no. Who are you? Who are you as a person? He said, I don't know. So you see, my dear friends, who are you? Are you connecting yourself with your education? Are you connecting yourself with your family? Are you connecting yourself with your looks? Who are you? When you have the answer for this question, That is when you know you have the right anchor in your life. Otherwise, you know what will happen? Your anchor will be placed on somebody else's anchor. Your anchor will be placed on something else. And eventually, you know what will happen? You will feel very dejected, very rejected. Why I'm not coming up in life? That fellow is climbing the ladder. I'm not climbing the ladder. That guy got a job in Google and Amazon. I'm not getting job only. Nobody's calling me at all. Nobody looks at me. When I walk into college, everybody are turning off their face. So once I will wear torn jeans everywhere, then people will look at me. Now, why all this problem is happening is because we do not put our anchor on our self-confidence. So how do I build confidence in my life? How do I build confidence? So let me tell you another story, okay? We all like stories, right? Now, there was a man who was always very sad in his life, always munumukifying. You know what is munumukifying? No, murmuring. Ayo, my life is so boring. My friends are so boring. My father and mother don't know anything. They are so old-fashioned. This college professor has no other work, always nuttifying at me only. My life is so, my girlfriend is so boring. My boyfriend is so boring. This teacher is so boring. The neighbors are so boring. Ayo, this COVID situation, I can't go out. If I go out, ayo, the sun is so strong, I'm getting tan. If I'm fair, why am I so fair? If I'm dark, why am I so dark? So like that, no, this guy was going on murmuring, okay? So finally, his friend got fed up of him. That's why you should have good friends, okay? His friend got fed up of him. He said, you know what? I am so fed up of you always murmuring, murmuring, murmuring. I'm going to take you to one man who lives in the village. Okay. He is also my friend. I want to introduce you to my friend. So he takes this murmuring friend and says, come with me. As they go through the fields, they go through very hot. This fellow says, ayo, this is too hot, I am sweating. Then finally he said, ayo, no water to drink, I want juice to drink. So full murmuring on the way. As he goes, he sees a man in the paddy field, working in the paddy field. He was wearing a torn dress, torn comanum, everywhere holes in the comanum. So this fellow said, Ennada friend you have? All torn clothes he's wearing. He is digging in the sand. You called me to see this fellow. He says, shoo, keep quiet, come with me. So he takes this fellow. This guy says, hey, hi, how are you fellows doing? And this guy is saying, Ama, with all change upon a common, and this fellow is saying hi with a smile on his face. He says, keep quiet and come with me. So this man says, welcome, welcome to my place, with big smile on his face. He says, sir, is this your friend? He says, yes, this friend always murmuring. Please take this friend to your house. So this guy goes with this very happy fellow to this house. So this guy is full of smiles and this guy is thinking, how can this fellow keep on smiling here? He is wearing torn clothes, working in the sun, full sweating. Stupid fellow. So he keeps murmuring at this guy also. So this guy says, sir, welcome to my house. And he takes him and shows him his house. This guy is looking at the house and saying, you live here? And this fellow saying, yes, sir, I live here. He says, but your house has full holes. He said, it's okay, sir, you come. He says, see, sir, in front it's sitting is my parents, my father and my mother. You see, sir, I earn 4 rupees. Okay, how many rupees? 4 rupees. Okay, 1 rupee I used to feed my parents, my appa, amma. I feed them with 1 rupee. They are happily eating food. Okay, then he takes him inside. He says, sir, look there. That is my sister. In the 4 rupees I earned, the second rupee is used for my sister. Poor girl, sir. Her husband threw her out. So poor girl. So I am taking care of her. Second, 2 rupees is used for her. The second rupee is used for her. Third rupee is my wife, sir. Sir, I married her, sir. If I don't take care of her, next house boy will take care of her. That is wrong. No. So I take care of my wife, sir. Then he takes him inside the house and he says, sir, there you see one kutti fellow sitting down. That is my son. You know, I told you I earned 4 rupees. The fourth rupee is used for him. This man did not understand. He said, see, sir, 4 rupees I earned. If 1 rupee I used for my parents. That is my responsibility, sir. Tomorrow, if I die, I am completing my responsibility for my parents. Okay. பெத்த கடன். நான் என்ன பெத்ததுக்கு நான் கொடுக்குற 1 ரூபாய் கடன். Okay, I am translating in English and Tamil, so don't worry. Second rupee is used for my sister. Sir, so sad, sir. Her husband threw her. That is my out of mere courtesy, mercy. I am doing it for my sister. So that is out of karunai. In Tamil, we say karunai, right? Third rupee, no, sir, my wife, sir, that is my responsibility. If I don't take care of my wife, who will take care of my wife? So that is what? Na kattikita kadan. That is because I married her. Fourth rupees, it is my savings, sir, my son. If I don't give him and if I don't take care of him today, who will take care of him? If I take care of him today, he will take care of me tomorrow. So you see, sir, in my 4 rupees, I have my parents' blessings, I have my sister's blessing, I have my wife's blessing, and I have my son as my saving. So why should I be sad? That is why I'm always happy. என்னுடைய பெத்த கடனை தீக்கிற சார், நான் என்னுடைய தங்கச்சிய பாத்துக்கிற அந்த கடனையும் தீர்ச்சிடுறேன் சார், என் கட்டின மனைவியை நான் பாத்துக்கிறேன் சார், என்னுடைய savings என்னுடைய பையன். So finally this man came out of that house. He promised himself he will never murmur in life. He realized how valuable life was and he went back a changed man. You see, my dear friends, that is what self-confidence is all about. Don't look at the sad things that is happening around you. Don't look at your face in the mirror and say, "Ayo, if only I was a little fairer like this madam. She is so white, she looks like a North Indian. How I wish I could be like her." Women know, "Ayo, look at that girl's hair. If only I had a party of that hair, I will look pretty." No. Boys, if only I had that six-pack like that fellow, all the girls will look at me only. I would be great. No, 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 no. My dear friends, don't put your anchor in all of this. Okay? If you put your anchor in all of this, you know what will happen? If your hair falls, you will become very sad. If your friend leaves you, you will become very sad. If your education, if you don't get the right job, you will become very sad. Don't put your anchor in all this. Your anchor should be the confidence that you have in you. Let me ask you, what is your anchor today? Are you looking at the COVID situation and saying, "Ayyo, இருக்கிறவனுக்கே வேலை போயிடுச்சு, எனக்கு எங்க வேலை கிடைக்க போகுது? Already those fellows are losing jobs. Where am I going to get a job?" Are you looking at your friends and saying, "Oh my God, I cannot even see my friends during this lockdown. My mother and father, nay, 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 this online class, I will sleep and listen to the class. That professor has no other work, always shouting, screaming, screeching." See, let me tell you something. Use this COVID situation to develop on your self-confidence. Ayyo, madam, how do I do that, madam? All nice only, you are talking very well. Hyundai has produced a very great employee. But how do I build my self-confidence, madam? One of the ways you can build your self-confidence is look at yourself in the mirror and see what are the good things that you have in you. Ayyo, madam, head to foot only bad things, nothing good. No, 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 no. Let me tell you a story, okay? Scientific story this is. We all like stories, correct? I finished 2 stories. So let's go to the third scientific story. In Japan, they did a research. You know, kaka, we don't like kaka. What is kaka? Crow, okay? So anybody who has a bad voice, what do we say? Kaka pola padriyada, kaka pola katriyada. Like a crow, you are shouting. If the biryani is not tasty, what do we say? Kaka biryani, crow biryani, because the meat is so tough, right? And if somebody is very dark, what do we say? Kaka madri irukiran paru paakradhukku. He looks like a crow, correct? No. So after all, if you see, the crow does not get a good name, correct? No. We don't like the crows. After all, the kaka does not get good name at all, correct? No. So in Japan, they did a research on the kaka. Okay. So what they noticed is they put a walnut. You know what is a walnut, right? They put a walnut on the main road in Japan and they saw what the crow did. Now, please note, my dear friends, this is Japan road, not India road. Correct? Because in Japan, they will, what does red signal mean in the traffic signal? Red means stop, yellow means slow down, green means go. Correct? No? You all studied that in the textbook, but you are wrong. As per Indian roads, green means go, yellow means go, red means traffic signal, traffic police pakrana illiyam paatha adichittu poite iru, right? No, red means what in India? Look at the traffic police is watching. If he's not watching, hit and go. You all won't do that. You are all good children, correct? But in Japan, they did this research. So they put the walnut in the traffic signal and they wanted to see what the crow does. What the crow did was, the crow waited for the green signal to come. Why? The cars would go on the walnut and break the shell. And the crow jolly went in red signal and went and took the walnut and flew away. So the scientists were amazed by the brilliance the kaka had, the crow had. Let me tell you something. If God can give so much of wisdom for after all one kaka, after all one crow, how much more life you and me have in this world? Do not compare yourself with somebody else. Don't say, Ayo, but I am not like this Madhumati. She is so gorgeous. I am so ugly. Don't do that mistake in life. Never compare yourself because God has made each one of us very differently. Never compare yourself. Do not put your anchor on comparison. Okay. பாதி நேரத்துல in our families, how do our parents look? Look at the பக்கத்து வீட்டு பையன்டா. He is so intelligent. Look at the பின்னாடி வீட்டு பையன்டா. He is so intelligent. He became engineer. Why you are not studying for engineering? So what is happening is we have grown with this comparison in their life, you know. So do not compare yourself. Put your anchor on your confidence. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, God has created with me for a purpose in this world. I have a separate talent that nobody else has. My hand, the impression is different from another human being. I will succeed in life. There is a plan God has for me. I may not be an engineering student, but guess what? I have eyes and ears. I am living. That is a big miracle in my life. What is your anchor on today? Now, during this COVID season, don't look at this lockdown as boring, always seeing mobile, always seeing television, always looking outside and saying, when will the day come when I walk on the road? No, use this time to build your self-confidence. Take a book, write down all the good things you have, all the good qualities you have. Write down all your negative points. If people told you, hey, நீ உருப்பட மாட்டேன்டா, நீ சரியான லூசு. If somebody came and told you, you will never succeed in life, you are a failure in life, take that, write it on the paper, tear it and throw it in the bin and say, guess what? If God has a purpose for a crow, he has a purpose for my life too. If your parents said, நீ எல்லாம் எப்படிதான் வேலை வாங்க போறியோ, how will you get a job? You are such a lazy fellow. No, don't take those negative comments. Try to get up early in the morning, read a motivational book, see something motivational. Check what is your talent. You know, let me tell you out of my personal experience. I was a very shy girl in school. Nobody knew I existed in school. You are like, Ayo, madam, you are talking so much. How can you be shy, madam? I'll tell you my story. In school, I was very shy because I did not have a father. All the children in the class used to bully me. They used to say, Ayo, she doesn't have daddy. She doesn't have daddy. So I used to feel very sad. Only teacher will know if Pearlena is present when she says, Pearlena, that time I was Sharma, okay? Pearlena, Rebecca Sharma, present ma'am. Then only they will say, oh, this girl is alive. So I was very shy. I will never talk in the classroom. When I went to college, I had very rich girls in my class. You know, the actress Trisha, she was my classmate. So a lot of very rich girls, very beautiful looking. I was, what will I do? I am so frightened. I cannot talk. Abba, I am very frightened of people. I will come to class quietly. I will see anybody watching me. I will sit right down notes, go away home. So I was very frightened girl because I was scared. What will people say about me? I don't have good hair. I don't have good face. What will people say? I was always very frightened. But then when I went and did my master's, my professor one day called me and he said, you see, I will give you one chapter. You have to teach this chapter to the class. 160 people. Oh my God, my hand and all full wet, water pouring out of the hand. Very frightened. I'm like, sir, please, sir, I cannot do. I'm very scared, sir. I have never gone in front. He said, no, you should talk about this one chapter. I went in front. IE also did not come. ABCD also did not come in the mouth. I'm like looking at everybody. Oh my God, what have they done to me? I can't speak to a crowd. But that day, my professor said, today is the opportunity for you. You don't know what is your talent. You are thinking life is so boring. Today is the only opportunity. If you can give this a go, you will realize your talent. And that day, my dear friends, I will never regret. From that day, I realized I was a very good speaker. I realized I can talk. I realized that all the years of bullying was a wrong anchor I have been placing on. I was placing my anchor on what people told about me. I realized that my life is in whose hand? My hand. I realized if I do not build my confidence, people will overpower me. So I realized I had to change myself. So when people bullied me and said, you cannot do it, I never argued with them. I proved it in my work. My dear friends, it is time for you to prove yourself. Don't put your anchor on wrong friends. If you have friends who are discouraging you, break your friendship with such people. Always be with people who are encouraging and guiding you. They don't run away from critics. Critics are good in life. If someone says, you cannot do this, but if they are ready to help you do it, those are the kind of friends you have to be with. So be careful where you are putting your anchor. If the ship puts the anchor in the wrong place, what will happen to the ship? It will sink. Today in India, the highest amount of suicide rate among youth are in India. Why? Because a lot of youth are very sad in India. They are putting their anchor in the wrong place. Don't put your anchor on Rajinikanth. Don't put your anchor on Vijay Sethupathi. You put your anchor on your confidence. Put your anchor. Don't look at the cinema and say, Ayo, why am I not looking like Nayantara? Nayantara did full plastic surgery. You are going to do plastic surgery? No. Be happy with who you are. Be happy with your skin tone. Be happy with your height. You may not be tall, but at least you are grown. You may not have fair skin, but at least you have a skin. You may not have a car or a bike, at least you have hands and legs. Be thankful every single day, and you will see that your life will change amazingly. Before I finish, I will share one more story. There were two monks, Buddhist monks, two Gurujis. They were both walking and going. The both Gurujis were going to the temple to offer prayers to God. As they were walking, one of the Gurujis saw one lady, young, beautiful lady. She was trying to cross the road. There was full water. So this Guruji said, "Hey, ஒரு நிமிஷம் இங்க இருடா." He tells his Guruji, "1 minute, you be here." He carries that lady and leaves her on the other side. And they both continue to walk to the temple. After really 10 kilometers of walking, the other Guruji said, "Hey, I saw what you did, da. You carried a woman in your hand and put her on the other side. You and me are supposed to be Guru. How can you carry that lady?" He said, "Hey, Macha, I carried that lady 10 kilometers away and I left her. What you did? 10 kilometers you are carrying this in your heart and walking with you." Correct, no? Now, let me tell you finally, in the anchor, do not have revenge and hatred in your heart. That will make you a very sad person. If anybody has hurt you, let go. If anybody has broken you, let go. If your girlfriend broke up with you, let go. If your boyfriend hurt you, let go. Don't take revenge, hatred. That is not your work. That is God's work. Okay? Your work is to enjoy the life God has given you. This COVID has destroyed so many people. So many people died. In my company, 11 people died out of COVID. Young boys died out of COVID. In that, one of my colleagues, before he could die, he sent me a message saying, "Madam, thank you for all your motivation, madam. I don't know whether I will come alive, but thank you so much." And eventually, after 2 days, that boy passed away. My dear friends, when we were younger, we were told that only if you're 80-year-old, you will die. Death is not, it can knock on anybody's door. Do not put your anchor in the wrong place. Put your anchor in the right place. Let your boat and your ship stand strong. Don't get frightened by the situation. Don't get frightened by the circumstances. Don't get frightened by your friends. Don't get frightened saying, "Oh, will I ever get a job?" Don't worry. If you have self-confidence, you will surely get what you want. So have your anchor on God and on yourself. Be confident. Tell yourself, "I can do it." During this lockdown period, during this COVID phase, please build on your self confidence. Every morning when you get up saying, "I can do it." If you're fat, tell yourself, "Hey, I will become slim, but I should take the actions for it." If you're a girl who wants to look beautiful, don't think beauty will last for a very long time. Beauty will also fade, but confidence will never ever fade. I know so many engineering students who don't have a job. I work in an automobile company. We make cars. So many mechanical engineers are without a job. They are saying, "Ayo, why only we took this engineering? We don't know. Waste only, we are not getting a job." My dear friends, don't put your anchor on your education. Put your anchor on your self-confidence. Be ready to face what life throws at you. Be confident, youngsters. Don't look at somebody else. Don't say, ஐயோ அவனை போல நான் இல்லையே, அவனை போல நீ இருக்க முடியாது தம்பி தங்கச்சி, because அவன் வேற நீ வேற. Don't base yourself on somebody else. That person is different. You are different. You see what God has got in plan for you. You decide what you want out of your life. During this lockdown period, write down all your goals. What do you want to become? Who are you? Let me ask you that question. Who are you? Say, who am I? Am I Pearlena? That is my name. That is not who am I. My character should tell who am I. What kind of a character do you have? What kind of a personality do you have? That only will last you for a long time. That is your anchor. Put your anchor in the right place. Don't feel discouraged. Don't feel disappointed. You never got the job what you wanted. So what? The best is yet to come. You don't have the looks that you have. So what? You know something? Aishwarya Rai once said, I am the most unhappy person in the world. Ayyo. ஐஸ்வர்யா ராய் அப்படி சொல்லிட்டாங்களா, அப்ப நாங்களா என்ன சொல்றது? கரெக்ட்? நோ. So you see, the most beautiful woman in the world said, I am not happy. So beauty cannot make you happy. Money cannot make you happy. Good friends cannot make you happy. If you're not happy inside, even Tasmac Kada will not make you happy. Okay, so please search for happiness within your heart. Be confident inside. Be strong inside. Put your anchor in you. Don't put your anchor on somebody else. Don't put your anchor on some other person. Don't put your anchor on money. Don't put your anchor on fame. Many youngsters know they want to become famous. Let me tell you something. I do a lot of coaching for actors and actresses. Let me tell you, being in the limelight is very horrible. Okay, you'll want the camera to come behind you. After that, you will say, ayo, in the camera is very torture. Do not search for fame. You be happy inside. You see, we look at a lot of Gurujis, no? Nityanandar Pavo is somewhere in some island. A lot of Gurujis, when we look at them, we will say, ayo, enna sandoshama irugirangappa. Why they are happy? Because they have confidence inside. My dear friends, before I end today's session, how confident are you? Where is your anchor? Where is your anchor? Is your anchor with somebody else? Have you lost your heart to somebody else? The most dangerous thing is, you know what? When you lose your self-confidence. When you lose your self-confidence, other people will take control over you. Do not let that happen. Do not let that happen. Have your confidence on yourself. If somebody tells you you can't do it, you tell yourself, I can do it. If somebody tells you, but you don't have anything, no qualities, you tell yourself, no, I am on the way of identifying my talent. Use this lockdown period to identify the talent. Don't think that if you speak good English, you are a superstar. No, if you can talk itself, you are a superstar. Okay, use different methodologies. People might tell you, yo, after COVID, you will not get job. No. Don't get discouraged by all that. Do not get discouraged. God has a plan for everybody's life. Think about that crow story which I told you. If a crow can be so talented, how much more human beings like you and me? Be encouraged. Go encourage teenagers. Go encourage school children. They are all feeling very dejected sitting at home. Encourage one another, motivate one another. Do not hold revenge in your heart. Don't hold anger in your heart. Na senji kamikrenda, na proof panni kamikren. No, that is not your business. That is God's business. You do not become the devil. You always be the angel only. Leave it to you and stay strong and trust me. Things will come your way. Like I told you in my own life, I was a very, very quiet child in school and classroom. I never spoke to anybody because I was frightened. If people will ask me, where is your father? What will I say? Yo, what will I do? So I used to be very silent. But I realized that my anchor was in the wrong place. The day I lifted my anchor and I said, you know what? It's okay even if I don't have a father. I will stand as an example. I will be a motivation to others. I realized my ship was sailing smoothly. You will have people who will frighten you. Your situation will frighten you. COVID will frighten you, but don't put your anchor in the wrong place. Do not go into bad habits. I worked in very big companies like British Airways, HSBC. I worked in very, very big companies. I have seen so many youngsters. They get into drinks, alcohol, drugs for joy and happiness. And they used to tell me, how can you keep on smiling, yaar? I said, you know why? My anchor is on myself. It is not on somebody else. So that's why I'm always happy. So my dear friends, please put your anchor on your self-confidence. But let me tell you before I leave, don't be overconfident. Life is short. Be humble. Always say, in front of God, I am nothing. Right? No? See, பார்க்க முடியாத ஒரு கோவிட வச்சு பயப்படுறோம். The small little COVID we can't see, right? But we are frightened. Okay? That's how when you don't ask yourself, where is God? God also cannot be seen, but He is very much existing. So have fear on God. Be humble. Say, God, I am nothing in front of you. But at the same time, you have created me differently. So I'm very happy over this creation. And trust me, if you can put your anchor in the right place, your life will be amazing. You will always be happy. You will have a glow on your face that even fair and lovely cannot do, that even fair and handsome cannot do. Do everything that keeps you happy. Talk to people, motivate people, encourage people. If you're a college student, don't say, Madam, I don't have experience. Hello, you come till college, you have experience. Go motivate the school children. So many 11th standard and 12th standard children go and kill themselves if they fail in the NEET exam. Go motivate them. Tell them, hey, medical is not the only life. Now, commerce also is life. Do that kind of a job, and you will see that life is super beautiful. So I hope I was able to encourage and motivate you all. So don't lose hope. Keep enjoying life. You and I are living one more day, right? And that is the biggest miracle that can happen. So, my dear friends, put your anchor in the right place and you will have a lot of success in life. So, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. If any time you want to talk, you need some motivation, ma'am, I'm feeling very discouraged. You can reach out to me. You can take my details from your organizer. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn. I will see how best I can motivate you, keep you encouraged. Enjoy your life. Life is so short, guys. Make every second of it. Do not compare. Do not take revenge and don't put your anchor in the wrong place. Take care. Have fun. Thank you once again for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, team. Thank you, Tarun. Thank you, Soumya. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Have a blessed life ahead. Thank you. Over to you, guys.
Thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful speech. Now I request all the participants to post your queries in the chat box. And now our speaker will clear all your queries, which will be in the chat box. Okay. Now I call upon Soumya to deliver the thanking content.
Don't stop when you are tired. Stop when you are done. On behalf of the Rejolt Talks Tamilnadu Chapter, we thank our today's speaker, Ms. Pearlena Bharathkumar, for being an interactive and enthusiastic speaker for our webinar, The Anchor. This webinar was an informative session and acts as an eye opener. We believe that this session has brought an effective perspective to our partakers about the topic, and I thank all our delegates for their patience throughout the session and for making this webinar a huge success. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much, team. Take care of yourselves. Thank you.
I request all the participants to fill the feedback form which is posted in the chat box so that you can get your certificate of participation in the webinar.